Well, folks, I don't really have any good news, so I'm just going to cut right to the chase. It is really, really bad. If you are a Radioddity customer and most likely a Baofeng customer as well, and you use GMRS radios or ham radios, this is going to affect you. So if you install the companion app on your iPhone or your Android, there is a very high likelihood that your personal information has been leaked. So just to give you a quick rundown of the data that I have found so far that's being exposed, it's going to be your email address, it's going to be your password in the clear when you register, it's going to be your hashed password, so this is a hashed password when you log into the site. That's not good either because somebody can take that hash and run it through a brute force password cracking program and potentially crack your password. And then of course it's sending latitude and longitude when you're using the app, whether it's the social media side or whether it's using the find other users near me feature, it doesn't really matter. They are sending that telemetry on a regular basis to these servers in China. And then of course there's also the leaking of other people's email addresses, which is really, really bad. That means other people are able to essentially scrape these email addresses from the protocol that's not encrypted when using this app. And so the way I do my research is I have a man-in-the-middle firewall, I have a Linux server with 2 Ethernet ports on it. One of those Ethernet ports is connected to the internet, another is connected to a private Wi-Fi network that I connect my devices to in order to intercept data coming to and from these devices. And when I loaded my SniffHut application, which tells me where the connections are going and whether the connections are trackers, I was a little surprised to see that the app was actually connecting to servers in China. And not only did SniffHut show me that connections were going to China, but it also showed me that unsecured connections were being made over port 80, which is a standard unencrypted HTTP. So this is the protocol that's used when you're surfing the web, except this one is not encrypted. So with that said, let's get testing. All right, folks, so what you see here is the local IP address of my iPhone, which is connected to my Wi-Fi router, which I can intercept information from. And we've got this walkie-talkie app. And what we're going to do is we're going to open this up and we're going to go ahead and register for an account so I can show you that the password is being sent in the clear. And of course, we'll also get to see all the other information that's being sent in the clear. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the walkie-talkie app now. I see a lot of data coming through. We're going to go ahead and analyze this data here in a little bit. What we're going to do first though is actually create and register for an account. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the COM button, which is going to ask us to log in first. So I'm going to hit that login button, and then I'm going to go down here to register our device. So I'm going to hit agree. I'm going to put in an email address here. This is going to be a test email address. So it's going to be jbtest01 at proton.me. Gonna go ahead and say get code. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and enter the code that I received. Done. And what I'm gonna do is put in a password. We'll just come up with some crappy password, and this is where you're going to actually be able to see the password in the clear. And before I do this, I'm going to go ahead and put some space between the data so that we can actually see it a little better. So we're going to just do test 19. What do you think? We'll do exclamation exclamation. How's that sound? All right, you can see it here. I'll just show you the password. TST19 exclamation exclamation. And let's go ahead and submit this. All right. Registered successfully on the phone. Now what we're going to do is we're going to scroll up in this data, and you can see right here the email address being sent in the clear and the password being sent in the clear as well. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about your data being sent in the clear. This is not good. This information should be encrypted, but it's clearly not. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the GPS issue here. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to COM, and I'll click nearby, and I'm going to scroll up, and here is the latitude and longitude information that is being sent. So it's very clear that they're sending latitude and longitude in the clear. And of course, this is being sent even when you're not using this nearby feature. So now what we can do is go back to the home button, and let's just scroll down on the phone here. Let's say we want to see who this voodoo guy is. So I'm going to go ahead and put some space in here so we can clearly see when this information comes over. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the voodoo guy's icon. All right, a lot of information spewed over here. Let's scroll up to the top. Nickname Voodoo, username. This is their email address, right? So this is actually the username as well to their account on this social media service in the clear. So that is not very good at all to see that. Well, folks, there you have it. As clear as day, is unrefutable. The information is definitely being sent to these Chinese servers. Obviously, there's some legitimate purposes behind that, especially when you're using the app to find other users near you, but there's no real reason why they should be exposing other people's email addresses, sending your password in the clear during registration, exposing these tokens. It's just really, really bad. And here's the other thing, you don't need all this registration information. You shouldn't have to connect to some social media site in your app in order to configure your radio. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm at the point now where if it requires me to register and make an account to configure my radio from an app, I'm just not gonna do it. And that's gonna be the safest way forward. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.